Hey guys, it's Mike with another GoG Guardians free-to-play video. We're on to day 30. We actually already clicked through and collected our soul stones here, but we this is muscle memory. You see the button, click and claim. So we're getting some scrolls today. So we're gonna go in here and see where we left the account off. The building blocks has officially, I believe, wrapped up at this point in time, but we are a couple days behind on the free-to-play, so we're gonna just ignore that that's there. We do have our Guardians lined up. We got Teshgrog up at level 120, Deriz at 130, Palmer at 130, Flix at 110, and we're working on Grizel, trying to get her up to 110. So far things are going pretty good. I believe we were able to go in and max out all of our skills, so get us back where we belong. So I don't think I articulated it very well, but when I was moving back and forth between the building blocks and building the rare teams, when I moved all of my assets over to the rare team and then upgraded their skills, there was a difference in the amount of skills I was upgrading. So that left me with extra gold. And because I had extra gold, I wanted to push my gear along as far as I could to get the high score as high as I could. But by spending the gold on upgrading gear, when I moved it back onto my original team, that gold wasn't available to upgrade skills. So it's kind of a bonehead oversight on my end, because rare characters just don't have as many skills to upgrade. So there's quite a big delta there between the gold amount I had coming off of my legendary and epic characters and what I needed for the rares. So if that was confusing, I apologize, but I was trying to work through it. So we're going to roll through our crafting energy. We're going to roll through our dungeon energy. Our goal today is to go through and see how many pieces of tier 5 epic gear we can get on our characters. We do have a couple really good pieces of tier 4 gear. So kind of work through and see about getting it upgraded and moving forward. Because when we get into the tier 5, it is going to be an increase as far as the stats go. But it might take a little more upgrading. So for example, if we have this guy here on level 10, giving us 211,000 HP, we might have to get, if we got a 10% stat on a tier 5 piece, we might have to get that up to level 6 or 7 before it actually overtakes this piece. So it just needs a lot of materials to go into it, but it'd be better to start moving that gear over, because we're not going to have any tier 4 gear on our account in late game. We're going to be getting rid of all of it anyway. So might as well get to the best gear first and then start putting those pieces together. That makes sense. So we're going to start working through that. Probably work on Derizda today, because she doesn't have any tier 5 pieces. Ideally for her, we'd actually work on her weapon and her boots and try to get a pair of attack boots, which would be a huge win for her. Hopefully today in Endless we can pick up, let's take a peek and see how many tokens we have. We can go in here and grab that, but we're gonna take a peek at Endless and see. So we have 3,000, so we can get it right now, because we are running a little bit short on this. We got 2 days, and on it, this is the last one we can buy. We've already bought 4, so we're gonna go ahead and buy this one. Again, we're hoping for an attack stat or a crit rate substat, but ideally we get both. That's really what we're looking for right here. So let's go into there and see what we got. We've been really unfortunate so far. We've gotten 2 of the exact same piece twice. So one with HP, one with defense, and then the exact same substat. So we've gotten 2 of these HP with the trick shot, and then we've gotten 2 of the defense. So there's the other HP with the trick shot, and then we had this guy here with defense and aquasphere. So we're gonna go down here, we keep our fingers crossed. What do we get? Defense. Okay, we did get the linear assault. So we didn't get the attack bonus here, but we did get the extra crit rate with linear assault. So that is a huge win. We're gonna level that piece up, get it on Derizda, so her linear assault is gonna have an extra 30% chance to crit. So I'm very pleased with that. The defense isn't a bad thing. It's just, it's not as ideal as attack. That's gonna just help her to be a little more durable, and we'll definitely be looking to get attack boots now that we have defense on this piece. So I think that's a huge win, but we will work through, see about getting her attack boots and seeing about upgrading her weapon. Ideally getting some crit rate on the weapon as well, because that'd be a huge win. And then over here we got her outfit in full tier 5, and then we've got tier 5 on Flix there. We got a couple tier 5 pieces to make here. The nice thing about doing the epics is instead of getting one piece of legendary, I can get all 3 of these pieces. So because I'm not fusing them together. So the progress of getting everybody over to tier 5 gear is going to be significantly faster. So we're going to see those gains faster. And then we say, okay, well, this is a weak piece of tier 5 gear, so I'm going to work on turning that one into legendary. And we do 2 more, fuse them together. And when we fuse them, we're going to get all of those upgrade stones and everything right out of it to put into the new piece. So it's not like we're losing anything along the way. We're just getting our team a little better faster. So I think that is the way to go. It's probably an oversight on my side when I first started, but I just want legendary pieces. So, you know, you live and learn. You get a little better every time. So I'm going to jump in there, go through the crafting energy, and then go through our sweeps, and then I'll bring you back in and let you know where we got. All right, so we'll bring you back in. Made some pretty good progress. We went through all of our energy here. Both bags are actually hot right now. Oh, it gave me one more. Perfect. Now we've gone through all of our energy. We did fuse 3 pieces. We got a knife and boots for Darizda. They came out as HP, so we're not gonna fuse those. So we'll keep trying for attack boots, and if we get to 3 and we still haven't got them, we'll fuse them together, make a legendary, and hope we get a legendary piece of attack boots. But we'll get those outfitted on our characters and then move over the power, those power stones to the gear so that they're a little better off. And we did get 1 pair of boots. I believe that's going to be for Grizel. They were attack boots. So I'm going to jump on that and then bring you back in when we're all dialed in. All right, so we did get that gear on our characters. Got Dariz's weapon up to level 6 here. It did have some crit rating and crit damage. So that's actually going to be a really good fit for her, being in the back row as a damage dealer. Unfortunately, it's epic, so eventually we're going to fuse it anyway, but for the time being, that's going to be a big win. Have the HP boots here. Only got to level 4. We ran out of gold. And then on Grizel's boots, we got them to level 5, and again, ran out of gold. So couldn't quite get those level 6, but they are attack boots. We moved Dariz's crossbow HP over to Grizel, and then we put the new crossbow with the crit rate on Darizda. I don't have any of these stones to level this up, but ultimately really what I'm looking for is this right here, which doesn't increase over time. So I can get more defense on this piece, which will make her a little more tanky when I can afford these. But I did buy scrolls with the remaining endless tokens and got Grizel all the way up to level 110 and upgraded her skill. I think it was this one here, so it dropped from 10 seconds to 8 seconds on this skill. So we're moving forward in that space, so that's all well and good. And before I ended yesterday, I jumped into the guild and I dispatched all of the folks there so I can come in and claim these guys. One thing I did want to say is on this free-to-play account, I typically log in once a day. So there is a lot of time where I'm not accumulating crafting energy and I'm not accumulating dungeon energy. So if you were to log in multiple times a day, I would recommend probably once every 9 hours or so. That way you're constantly rolling through and just bring these down to 0. Sweep whatever dungeons you can and craft whatever energy you need, or craft whatever items you need, and then you can log right out of the game. But that way the entire time you're logged out, you're still crafting, you're still accruing these energies. That would actually press your account along probably pretty close to twice as fast, because you're gonna be able to get at least 2 times what I'm doing with these things here. Especially early on when you're doing the crafting, you're getting all that experience. You're gonna move up your commander level pretty dramatically, because you could technically do that probably 3 times a day and expedite your expedite those resources that much faster. So just kind of food for thought. I'm actually playing on my main account as well, and so my time is kind of split, but I did want to bring that up because I've heard in the comments where a few folks are like, yeah, you're moving so fast. My brother's like, yeah, your free to play is doing better than my account. And I'm like, well, your account should be doing a little better because you should be logging in more than once a day. With the guild, it has made me kind of push to there's that puppy again. With the guild, it has made me push to log in twice a day in order to get those guild tokens. That way I can come into the guild store over here and actually purchase these guys here. Just get a few more summoning stones. That being said, the building blocks did leave us with quite a few summoning stones. I know we did, I think 61 the other day. We're all the way back up to 47. So I say we go ahead and pull them. We're gonna actually just pull 40. We're gonna stick to the 10 packs, but we'll get that going before we start in on endless, just as a kind of a fun little thing, and see how it fares out for us. We're still looking for that Atticus. Crease is a fun champion. A copy of Flix is going to be money. We are going to be able to enlighten her, so that is a huge win there. Zol. I'm trying to think if we need anything for the building blocks event, which by the time this launches is over, so I apologize I even brought that up. But I think we're probably dialed in as far as characters go. So let's see here. A Kubo. Here we go. An Oxalis. Well, now we're getting him every 7 days, so we're just going to stack them up. But that is fun. The cool thing about stacking up these characters, if you want, obviously you can enlighten them, make them more powerful. But at a given time when you do get Ascension Seals on your account, these would be the guys that if you had 7 or 8 of them, you know, you could start to sell them on the open market. Now, realistically, if everybody's earning him every 7 days, he's probably going to flood the market and probably lose a little bit of value. Guardian space is full, so he might not be the best person to pull as well as getting him every 7 days, but hey, it's a legendary, I'll take it. Well, I'm going to jump into the Guardian space, clean it up, and then I'll bring you on back. All right, we're back. I'm going to jump back in here and get this dialed in. I have so many rare copies of the characters we're using for the building blocks that I had to enlighten them all to make space for everything going on here. But get some Zeticus. That's a good way to start. Still waiting for that Atticus. Another copy of Flix could be amazing. We might even need a copy of Darizda. And I think there might be 1 or 2 epics on the account that we have not pulled, so that'd always be good. Bahram, we did a highlight video of him. I think early game he's not too bad, but by the time you reach kind of mid game, there's better choices. You'll probably pull somebody better pretty quickly. But he does have a couple cool abilities there. That's a pretty dud pull. 2 rares and an epic. All right, well, we did just get a legendary with Oxalis, so we can't be too greedy. Or can we? I'm playing. I actually feel like this account has been pretty fortunate. We've pulled basically every legendary in the game with the exception of Atticus, which after 30 days is really impressive. And I mean, obviously we're early on and you know, there's not that many characters right now, but that's one of the benefits of starting the game now is as new characters get introduced, you can work on accumulating those characters versus trying to get all of them at the same time. So we get a couple epics there to wrap it up. What do we got? 1 more 10 pack? Okay. I only have 30 spots available, so those 7 are going to have to wait. I don't have space for them. So we'll get these 10 and see what we can get here. At this point, I'm the only person in my mind that would replace Palmera would be Atticus. And I don't know that he really would at this point without being able to enlighten him. Because Palmera is doing a lot of work for us, and she's enlightened, and she hits really hard. So I don't know that he would actually be an improvement to the account at this point. But it would be nice to have him on the account so we could try it and see. There's really no harm in trying. So another dud pull. All right, well, that's what you get sometimes. But we did get that Oxalis, so we'll add him to the account. And looking pretty good with the legendaries. As we go in here, we can kind of take a peek at what we've got, and we're doing pretty good. We got 2 Griselles. I've already enlightened her. We got 2 Inaras, 2 Thorits, 3 Oxalises, 2 Ashwin, and 2 Tybors. So we're doing some pretty good work with that. As far as epics, they're pretty stacked up here. I do want to take a peek and see how our enlightenment's going. With the other event, I've been a little bit distracted, but on this guy here, we're 500 units shy on the soul stones, but we do have enough to bring him up again. So once those soul stones reset and we can do it, we could also sacrifice some epics and potentially get that done. On Darizda, we need some soul stones. Man, we need a lot of soul stones. We did enlighten her. I think I didn't do it on camera because I was resetting from rares to epics, and it just came in and I had the stuff to upgrade her from the last time we bought soul stones. So she is up to enlightenment level 9. We don't have any copies of her, although we are accruing her fragments every day. On Palmera front, we do actually have enough to enlighten Palmera. Let's take a peek and see. That's going to add 30,000. I just want to make sure that's not going to overtake Token, because I don't want Palmera having Griselle follow her, just because her AoE ability doesn't always hit everybody and it doesn't stun. So I think that Griselle following Tushgrog is a big benefit for this team. Ideally, I would like Griselle to follow somebody in the back row as a damage dealer, such as an Atticus. because that way she's out of harm's way and I wouldn't have to build her as tanky. With the new boots we just got for her, they're actually attack boots, so that could be problematic, although we did move this piece over to her for HP, so maybe that'll be enough to counterbalance it. On Flicks, let's check out Flicks because we just pulled that in light, and it looks like, oh, we only need 500, and then we got that copy. So let's figure out where we can get these 500, although I just used them on Palmera, but I'm pretty confident we can find 500 zones inside of sacrifices here. Alright, so we were able to get those 500 soul stones, sacrificing a couple epics and some rares, and we're going to enlighten Flicks. We're going to see her HP's going up by 30,000, so that's going to help us with her heals. She's also going to get a little bit of attack and defense to make her a little more durable as well, but ultimately her stat that you care about is HP, because all of her heals are based on her HP. The higher, if you were at 1,000,000 HP, her heals are going to be very, very good. So as you get your gear better and better, her heals become more and more impactful. As you start, if we were to move Palmera to Atticus and have Grizel in the back row, all of a sudden most of the damage of that team is going to start falling on Tuskrog. So then a single healer and immunity or invincibility booster like Aquyrus would probably make more sense than Flicks. But because we have 2 people in the front taking on damage, and actually 3 people with Grizel going up there, that's a lot of work for Aquyrus doing single target heals to keep up with. So Flicks, I think, for this team composition is definitely a better choice, but that doesn't mean she's always a better choice. It kind of depends on your team. So just kind of a little pointer there. So I think we got our team pretty dialed in here. We're going to go ahead. We're going to jump into, we did the guild. We're going to jump into Arena. Hasn't reset yet, so we don't have anything to do there. Current round is over. When does the new one start? Oh, it doesn't start for another 2 days. And we're going to jump into Rush, see if we can set a new high score. Yesterday, we didn't have all of our abilities, so I really doubted we were going to do anything better, but we're going to give this a shot. Take on the Dread powers at first, and then we'll take those off, and that's typically when we can do a high score, is when we take those Dread powers off. So we'll run this and bring you back in if we're able to get a new high score. So not too bad. We got a couple enlightenments on our team and all of our skills upgraded, and look at us go. We're up to 231. So we had basically a 50,000 point gain on that ticket. Let's go ahead and run it one more time. That was the first one without the Dread powers that we hit that high score. So we're going to go ahead and do that again. So with that next ticket, we went ahead and stepped that record up even higher. We're at 243 now. So we are definitely moving in the right direction, which is always reassuring. This is kind of fun. They got Leah and Tian Long in here, so theoretically I should be doing some serious damage on my main account. So I haven't even been paying attention. I've been playing, and we've had family in town and the new puppy, and I've just been trying to get through all of my daily activities every day. I haven't really been paying a whole lot of attention on the main account, to be honest with you. Just going through the motions. Plus moving gear back and forth for building blocks was... it took some time. It took some time, especially on 2 accounts. So, but that's what we got there. Oh, we did need to get those daily rewards so that when those soul stones come available, we can buy some, because that is a great way to press the account on, and probably one of the best ways to get those soul stones. Also, I do have an abundance of soul stones sitting right here. If I were to fuse these guys and actually turn them into characters and then just recycle them, I could get those soul stones. And then I also have this box of souls. I didn't even know I had that in there, so we probably didn't even have to sacrifice epics. I probably could have got some of those soul stones from there. But that is a great resource to pick those up as well. We're going to go ahead and jump into Endless with our new team and get it dialed in. First, I'm going to go ahead and add the 2 characters and complete the team up here. I'm not sure what happened, but we lost. We're a party of 3. We're going to get our 5 back. So I'll be right back, and I'll bring you back in at the end of Endless. Alright, that first run through, we made it to room 27, got 55,000 points there, almost 56, so that's pretty good. Alright, so we went in there, bought up our next 2 tickets. We're going to go ahead and run it back. I think we're currently 5th, but we should move back into 4th by the time we finish this battle. I can't remember where 3rd was, but maybe even 3rd. So we will run this back, and I'll bring you back in at the end of it. Alright, so we got to room 23 and died, 45,000 points. Unfortunately, we lost Grizel a little bit early, and then we were pretty unfortunate with some of the curses that we got. But with that 45,000, we can jump back into the leaderboard, see where we ended up. We did get some new rewards, so we'll check that out as well. We're right here in 4th place, almost made 3rd place. So that might be something we can achieve, but we're starting to get pretty competitive back here. So if we can maintain the top 10 by the end of the next day or two, in fact, we should be able to maintain top 5 by the end of the next day or two. So that'll be pretty fun. Let's see on the rewards what we ended up with. We got some upgrades to crystals, so that is perfect. We will take that all day long. So let's jump into the adventure mode and see where we left off. Pretty sure on this guy here we were looking at doing the second battle at 108. I'm going to sit tight on the 110. I don't think we're quite ready to do that, so we're going to see if we can jump in here and press the account along. Alright, so we are heading into that boss fight. We did lose Grizel, but we were able to revive her at the Tree of Life there. So go back into formation, make sure we put her back on the team. I kind of wish it would do that automatically, because but if you do happen to accidentally not put her back on the team, you can pause it, restart, and then put her on the team. Outside of that one room, I think we've been walking through this, so I'm pretty confident we're going to make it through here, no problem. It was just kind of a weird fluke that Grizel went down again. But that's all right. We're going to make it. So maybe she's a little squishy. I think she ended up getting attack boots. That's part of the problem. So she used to have defense or HP boots. So now she is a little squishier. So maybe we need to work on her crossbow, step up that defense or HP that we're getting on there to replace those boots, or potentially just make some new boots for her that are either HP or defense. That would probably help her stay alive a little better. So that pretty much wraps up progress on the day. I'm going to go ahead and sweep some dungeons on these 4 tickets here. This is day 30 on the free-to-play account, so I think at this point progress is going to slow down quite a bit. I'm probably going to visit this. I'm going to keep playing it in the background every single day because I actually want to work through the GoG tokens, as well as see if we can convert this free-to-play account into having NFT characters that are worth anything. So I'm going to keep plugging away day in and day out, but I'll probably only put an update video out every 3 to 5 days just to keep you posted on how the progress is going, but I will be playing it in the background. So I think that's what I got for you today. I appreciate you spending the time with me. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. It means the world to me, and I look forward to seeing you next time.